mechanics of the far side armbar. We did the setup on Tuesday. So I've made my grips, I'm into my knee on belly position. This is the response that we're looking for. If he's pushing on my chest, it's near side armbar. We covered that last time. If he's pushing on my knee, and we know jiu-jitsu, he'll not be letting me get space here. But even if he keeps his elbow tight, there'll always be, you'll be able to feed that hand in. You might have to keep it tight, bro. You might have to really push in. So the second I get it, I turn my palm up. And now from there, as I bring Charles' left shoulder towards his chest, I'm taking my knee off. The goal is to create the profile so I can get my instep under this shoulder. Okay. So again, from there, I'm going to step over the head. We talked about I want to stay low. Anytime I'm high, he's going to pull this elbow to the mat. And from that position, I just turn 180. So I'm facing Mark. I want to face the wall. So it's just a matter of turning around. And then I switch my grips so I can post with my hand. I want to be able to post with this hand. So now, not like the near side armbar, we are parallel, not perpendicular, or we are perpendicular, not parallel. So I want to try and focus on getting my instep right under Charles' shoulder. Just turn this way, bro. Obviously, the problem with the one leg over armbar is the hitchhiker escape. Okay, as I try to finish from here, Charles bringing his hand to the hip and pushing my leg from over his head. Let's take a look at that again. So we're here. You're not familiar with it. Really, the problem now is I've only got one leg over his head. So as I try to finish, Charles is going to be thumbing a lift to my right hip, pushing this off and just coming to his knees. So that's why we talked about last time, I need to fill that space. Even if he goes for this escape, okay, notice the way my instep is right underneath Charles' left shoulder. So when I'm trying to finish from here, my heel's coming back, I know he wants to bring this to the hip. So I can be using my grips just to keep his arm more away from his from my right hip, because I know he needs to bring it that way. But even if he starts to bring it that way, as Charles starts to turn, notice the way I look, my foot raises. When I hit the armbar, Charles' left shoulder's on the mat. When he turns away, notice the way it comes off the mat. We want to fill that space, okay, with our foot. So when he's going for it, I can still finish from this position. I'm kind of more in a north-south position, but I've just filled it. And as he brings his thumb down, I can just break it over my leg going sideways, if that makes sense. So if you're aware of it, and you know that's the weakness in the one leg over armbar, you know, you should still be looking to go for it, and just be aware of the hitchhiker escape. The goal, obviously, like we talked about on Tuesday, is I don't want him getting hand to hand, okay? But sometimes happens, let's look at dealing with that. So again, I'm playing my knee and belly. I get the response I want. I pull his shoulder towards me, knees on the mat, push down on the head. So the second I turn, we're into our position here. Just turn this way, bro. So let's talk about what arm is controlling, okay? Initially, when we went for it, we were here. When I brought it up and I spun around, I replaced my right hand with my left. Why? So I can use this to post. Does that make sense? But the minute I get into this position here, especially with one leg over, Charles has an escape to sit up. Does that make sense? Because he only has one leg over. Take it back a step. So the second I get into the position, okay, and we were there, because this hand posted, so I could get into the perpendicular position, we want to switch back, okay? That means if Charles tries to sit up from now, I can just post with my hand. Does that make sense? Compared to sit up, move this, all right? So we want to be controlling with the arm on the same side of the leg that's over the head. That allows me to actually post with my hand. Another thing you can be thinking about is sometimes you can underhook the leg. Charles tries to sit up now. Not going to happen. So let's talk about if he gets hand to hand. Just turn this way, bro. If he goes hand to hand, and it's one leg over, I am never going to try and break this grip, because I don't have the control of the far hip. We'll talk about that on the next variation. If it's one leg over, I am definitely not going to try and break this grip. If he makes his grips like this, that's a safe grip. I have two options. We're either going for an arm crush or we're going for a paper cutter. Let's just say Carl makes the mistake of keeping the arm that I'm attacking on the top position. All right, from there, I can just slap it in and I basically got a wrist lock from there. Okay, so immediately, first thing when you get into this position, look to see, is the arm I'm attacking on top? If it's on top, it's a simple wrist lock. I just cup the top of his hand with my hand. I'm going to move this down and then I'm going to pull his wrist towards me. It depends. He can defend by, you know, if I slap it in, sorry, just keep you. If I slap it down, Carl might defend by straightening his wrist, and then I'll pull it back up this way. So you can wrist lock, relax. You can wrist lock it this way. If he defends, I can pull it back this way. But either way, I'm at the end of the lever. That makes sense. But if he knows jiu-jitsu, that's the grip he's going to make. So if that's the case, and we're going for the arm crush, two options from here, rather than trying to break that, I'm going to refill in this side. Okay. And now from there, I'm going to take my leg out and bring it over the top. I'm going to underhook his leg. As I fall to my left side, I'm bringing my leg over and making a triangle. And then I bring it behind the back of his head. From here, my right hand is making like a knife hand against my left thigh. The only time you ever use karate in jiu-jitsu. I'm going to karate chop my own thigh just by extending. So it's just a compression lock. That's option one. Option two, sometimes you're up against people, and when you're here and you bring this over, they're just so, their upper body's so big and they're just so strong, you're never going to get your leg over from this position, if that makes sense. If that's the case, we swim back in the way we came. My right hand is going to come inside and grab the collar, as in a paper cutter choke. Now it comes under the leg, all right? And then from there, I'm going to lean to my left and I bring my leg back so it's coming over the top of the grip, and I bring my foot behind. Carl wants to defend the paper cutter by looking towards me, which he can't because my leg's there. To finish, I just turn to my right and crunch in, okay? Notice the way I've never tried to break this grip. You get into a wrestling match here and you're trying to break grips from there. With one leg over, you're going to lose the position. Let's take a look at that again. So, from our knee on belly position, we're here, Carl pushes, I far side underhook, I bring his shoulder towards me, creating the profile. So when I step over, we switch grips and my hand is posting. That's what I want. Again, from there, if I've made the mistake and Carl's got his hand-to-hand grip, I'm immediately looking, can I attack the wrist lock if the other hand's on top? Obviously now, it's not, that's taking that avenue out. So we are going for the arm crush. If I'm going for the arm crush, I'm going to switch control. I want to be bringing my leg over as I underhook the leg or just make a grip on the pants. If it's a dexterity thing, I'm going to lean slightly to my side and I want to bring this high, okay, over, and I put it behind the back of my knee and I hook my foot at the back of his neck. So your right hand is on your left thigh. From there, it's just about karate chopping your own thigh and extending your legs. It's just a compression lock on your left arm. Sometimes from that position, maybe I can't do that, or maybe I just prefer this paper cutter choke. So from there, if I'm going for the second variation, we're going to switch control. So you can go for this one straight away if you want. Again, hand comes on the inside, and that's a four-fingered grip on the collar. It comes under the leg. Okay, then you're going to lean slightly to your left and just trace a semicircle on the mat and bring your foot behind. That stops him looking at the choke. If I was there And I do this, Car's looking at me, keep looking, no, yeah, perfect. It's not on, it's on his jugular. It's not on your paper cutter, is an air choke. So the second I'm here, and again, that's under the leg, when I start to bring this behind, he can't now look at me. And now from there, I just crunch to my side, and we have that paper cutter. Let's play around with those variations, guys. So you have your wrist lock, arm crush, and a paper cutter choke.